Hi. Well, quick answer, people have different interests. Not everyone has to love all you love, and that's completely fine. But we can go deeper into the question. I have heard a lot of people that say something like, I used to not like theater until I saw blah blah blah. Usually Beetlejuice or Hamilton on Broadway. And that made me question the subject a lot since my brother is one of those people and I couldn't understand why we were so differently opinionated. After watching a few live performances, I came to a small conclusion that still could be on debate, so if you disagree, let me know and we can figure something out. Now, I'm not a professional actor or director. The possible criticism made in this video is just an opinion that I hope is not taken as an offense. I feel like even non professionals should be able to share their point of view to make room for improvement on what people actually dislike. So, the first argument I could see is that most of the people that say theater is not for me or I don't like theater at all have not seen or haven't experienced good modern theater. And with that I mean current professional theater. They're usually exposed to the acting of schools, which, simply put, can be bad, and media. With that being said, I got realized of another fact. Unfortunately, the perception of theater given by media and stereotypes really devalues the beauty of this art. Most people who are in theater kits generalize theater to all Greek presentations or the Renaissance style, which is overly exaggerated and poorly expressed in reality. And well, even when other people can find a like in those, that kind of style is not for everyone, and I can see why they could see it as ridiculous or boring. It's just not something you see in your day to day life, and the simple fact of something being alien to you can make you biased to respond to it negatively. For example, it's not filled with realistic action like in movies, so it can make a fight look like Obi-Wan against Darth Vader in Episode 4. The other acting sometimes isn't realistic either, for the sake of being listened and seen by all of the audience in the scenario, which can take out of the immersion of the moment to someone. Going a bit back to the cause. Hell, even professional theater nowadays can be a bit cringe, due to over exaggeration when not needed or poor utilization of techniques. And well, that is something that even to theater lovers can make them a bit distant of certain companies. The blame could go either for the director for being unclear on the way he wants the story to display, choosing of characters, etc., or the actors for not knowing how to express themselves properly. This leads me to my next point, generalization, where even good theater could be just too much for beginners. I'm talking about you cats. No, not that one. Yes, the original. Well, kinda. Now, when I first saw Cats, I was already so into theater, but I just wasn't prepared for it. It was such a change of pace that at the beginning I didn't like it at all. The apparent plotless story, the weird acting of people pretending to be cats, licking themselves and walking around in a very distinctive manner, and the fact that most of the cats were fucking assholes really caught me on guard and gave me a sense of dislike over the first half of the show. Nonetheless, the beauty of the choreography and the voices made me give it another shot, since I knew that any piece of art deserves to be given a second chance. And well, a lot of people liked it when it came out. Andrew Lloyd got a prize for it, after all. So after I finished watching it, I had mixed feelings, but it was when I gave it another chance, searching opinions on YouTube and watching my favorite music beats of it, when I got realized this is theater. It's a different approach to it, yeah, but this is just what theater is. It's entertaining expression. It's not a plotless play.
And to that I say, have you ever heard of a concept musical? A concept musical is defined as a show that uses musical numbers and scenes to convey an overarching theme or message.
It's a concept musical. The story may not be obvious, but there it is. It's just that they're giving more emphasis to the entertainment part of it, so it's less noticeable, just like classic Doom games. You can watch Alison Fieberg's video on this subject for more, since I already talked too much about cats. The point I'm trying to make here is that even for people who like theater, there will be always plays that are just not for us. And it's the fact that I gave it another chance that made me realize of the weight that cats actually have. And most people won't do that. If they didn't like it, that will be their final statement, and unless they appreciate your opinion, they won't give it another chance. So the thing to take out of this argument is that you can't put theater in one gender alone, saying that if you didn't like one thing you saw, you won't like any other is not fair. Just like how animation can't be put in one gender alone, it can be for kids or for serious topics, and that's a video for another day. Now, my next point has to do with economy and time management, and inevitably, about bootleg plays. I'm going to say something that may be controversial, but I don't think bootlegs in the current time we live in are bad at all. As someone who doesn't have a lot of money nor time, less in this 2020 pandemic, I grew up watching bootlegs, and they, in a big manner, got me interested in theater. They let me experience lots of shows that, because I don't live in the United States, I wouldn't even hear about. And I know for a fact I'm not the only one. You can see Sarah C's video on this topic to know more. There are many good points to as why it's legal and all, but if there were more shows on platforms legally, just like Hamilton is on Disney Plus, maybe I could agree more on not having bootlegs on the internet. But I think they make a great way to make someone be into theater, even if you don't have as much opportunity for whatever reason to go to a live presentation, which can be indeed one of the reasons of why someone new wouldn't like to enter to a play. It can be seen as a waste of time to go out and spend your money to go watch something you aren't even going to enjoy. They aren't encouraged to try something new. They actually could be punished by it. So, my solution, in case you want your partner, friend, or family member to give theater a chance, is go little by little. Tell them to forget all they know about theater and go into a play with you, with an open mind. If they don't like it, that'll be all. But show them that it's important for you. Start with a comedy, where there is no pressure of making exaggeration without making it a joke, or where there won't be fights that could appear boring without camera editing. I would recommend something rotten, since in there they make fun of theater themselves. We've got snappy repartee, and the women are risque, and the chorus boys are kinda gay. Which is good. You could find a great space for you and your victim friend. Then, if everything goes okay, you can go with something like Beetlejuice. Since it's a well known film in its own, it could go two ways. The person could have very low expectations or no expectations at all. That's a good thing, since Beetlejuice is a very good play for being a representation of a movie already existing. And it's going to beat those expectations, in my opinion. Yes, I hear that sound. That beautiful sound. Too loud, it means no more condescending adults hanging around. Every grove is where they smoke. Finally, show them Hamilton. It's a historical context, so it may make the newbie a bit skeptical of how that is going to make a good musical. But when she hears the music, the story, the awesome lyrics, and unavoidably King George, I'm sure he or she will love it. After all, you have seen two plays with them already. I think that with this variety of subjects and acting will most certainly open their mind to a different approach to theater and maybe start liking it. Because, like I said, it mainly beats those expectations that were already set since before. Of course, don't force anyone to do anything they don't want, or they'll hate it even more. My conclusion is that in the modern generation, it's harder to get people into theater since they will be more exposed to quick paced movie acting and storytelling, and that's fine. But I think theater is more than just a talent of acting. It's an art because it's expression, even if it's not as realistic or so up close. It's telling a story with actors who can feel the emotions of their characters. Sometimes even so much that they can contain it with words. They need to sing. And when that's not enough either, they need to dance. They can feel their grief. passion, their love, their craziness. I believe that Satan has a hold of you. I believe that the Lord God has sent me here. And I believe that in 1978 God changed his mind about black people. You can be a Mormon. Their power. En toda voz, mi mano ni hechizo atroz haría que me And it's how they show that passion with talent that makes art. And when you get realize of that, theater really becomes other thing. Something that feels so much different to a movie. Something that it's made live so you can see all what's behind in the moment. Something that you can feel with them. Something you can feel a part of. So it may make so it may make a just like how animation, just like how. Of course, don't force anyone to do anything they don't want, or they'll hate it, or they'll hate it even more. And well, after all, uh, damn it, I'm lost. Wait, you can watch Alison Fieberg's. You can watch Alison Fieberg's. You can watch Alison Fieberg's video on these subjects or where there won't be fights that, or where there don't, or where there don't. Usually Beetlejuice or Hamilton on Broadway. Usually Beetlejuice or Hamilton on Broadway. That made me question. That made me the. Uh, shit, I got lost. Wait. Fuck.